What is going on? It is R2 Sports Talk. Look who we got on today. He's back. He's back from vacation and just chilling in Disney.
Yeah,
Oh no. Now you freezing up on my end. Oh, there you are. There you are. How was that vacation?
it was good. It was great. Celebrated my son's first birthday there, although his actual first birthday isn't until about 2 or 3 weeks later, October 4th. But yeah, we celebrated it early just because everyone goes to Disney World in October for all the Halloween stuff. So we just decided to do it a little early.
I was gonna say some other stuff, but I don't know if that would have been appropriate to say on here, but I think that's more in the summertime anyways.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Anyways, I know you were driving yesterday, at least a little bit of it, but how much football did you catch? I know, obviously, I know we were talking during Sunday night football.
Honestly, I didn't really watch any of the 1 o'clock games. I was trying to keep up with it a little bit on my phone while I was driving, but I caught a little bit of 4 o'clock games and the ending of the Broncos game, which that was a pretty crazy ending, by the way. I mean, to even get that Hail Mary and then
Oh, I
lose
know, right?
off the
That
two
was
point
cool.
conversion. That was crazy. But I mean, I don't know if you look at that 2 point conversion. I think there's a little bit of pass interference there, but you know it is what it is. But yeah, I didn't. And then I watched the Patriots game, but as far as the 1 o'clock games go, I didn't really catch too much of that. I did watch the Thursday night game though because we left somewhat early from the park on Thursday.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was I was so so psyched up for that Hail Mary. I was texting Rachel at the time and I thought I backed out. It was in our group chat. And I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, Denver Hail Mary touchdown, let's go!" And then I was like, "Oh, that's the wrong person." I said, "That's my bad." I was so
yeah.
excited I didn't even back out of the chat. She was like, and she's a Commanders fan, so ultimately it pissed her off too because she was watching the game.
Oh
So
man.
she thinks that I did it on purpose because it was against her team, and I'm like, no. I said I literally thought I backed out of the chat. I was too excited. My bad. But there was definitely pass interference on that. And if you look too at the intended receiver that Russell was throwing to, he had somebody underneath just across the goal line that was going towards the right. I thought
Yeah.
that's who Russell was throwing to, and he should have probably thrown it to him. It would have been complete, but I don't know. The NFL calls what it wants. Now, Patriots game last night, they called what unnecessary roughness or pass interference. Um,
Yeah.
barely like grabbing the hip.
Yeah.
Like, come
No,
on,
I
man.
know what you're
Like,
talking about. The
what?
unnecessary roughness when Jalen Waddle went up for the ball and Judon knocked it away, but then our safety came in and tried to make a tackle, and I think their heads just kind of collided a little bit. But I mean, he was just trying to make a tackle, dude. It's not like he was purposely, putting his head down, trying to hit Waddle's head. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
think the
But
NFL is
there,
getting a
I
little
think
ridiculous with these rules.
the call that I'm talking about actually, I think helped the Patriots. He barely grabbed like the hip, I think, of Hunter Henry or somebody like that. And even Dad, he was like, I don't see how that's pass interference, but that helped the
Yeah,
Patriots. But it
yeah,
was
I
it
know
was
what you're talking
barely
about.
a grab on the hip, and I'm like, wow. But then they don't call it in the Broncos on the 2 pointer. So, I don't want to look, I don't want to blast the NFL, but I'm going to anyways. Uh oh, David Montgomery's out a couple of weeks actually
Yeah,
for his thigh injury to heal.
yeah.
But
It means Jameer Gibbs time.
yep, the NFL needs to fix these rules. They are literally ruining the game for me, at least, just for me. Like I
Yeah,
can't. It is too inconsistent. And look, we're not even going to get started on the whole tangent about I think it's scripted and all that stuff. We're not even going there. But I'm just saying, money runs a lot of it. And I swear to God, I think these penalties are called and not called for gambling purposes. I really do. Because, I mean, you look at some stuff and it's like, it's blatant and it's not called. But then you look at other stuff and you're like, you're scratching your head like, what the hell did I just see?
Yeah.
How is that a penalty? Like the Patriots going for Waddle. That was just a dude trying to make a tackle, like you said.
Yeah.
That should not have been a flag. Everybody got up. They were all fine. Waddle was fine. Everything's cool. That's just what happens when you get guys running super fast and you bending and moving a certain, like, it's people are going to get hit the wrong way.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah. I think they're taking it. I know there was a roughing the passer call. I can't remember who it was against. I want to say it was in the Dallas game, but don't quote me on that. But
Yeah, it was. It was
um,
on Dak Prescott hitting them low.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I don't think it was a low hit. It might have been a different game then. I remember um somebody, or maybe it was the Eagles game. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the quarterback threw the ball and like the defensive lineman was literally just coming at, like, he was already in the stride of, like, tackling him, like trying to tackle him while the ball was being thrown, and they called a roughing the passer call. And I think the whole purpose of them calling roughing the passer is because his face mask hit the quarterback's face mask. But it's like, you can't like plan that. Like, you can't just be like, oh, like, you're trying to put your hands up, trying to block the ball. You're coming at them full speed. You're not thinking about, like, oh, let me duck down. Like, no, you're
Yeah,
just trying to make the tackle, dude. I mean, you
and
can't
that's
just,
that's all you're thinking about.
yeah, you can't try to, realize, like, oh, my helmet's gonna hit him in the face mask. Let me try to duck down real quick. Like, you're just trying to make the tackle. So,
Exactly.
I think they're getting a little out of hand here. Odell shouldn't miss games. Oh, Odell, sounds like Odell Beckham's not going to miss any games from his ankle injury.
You see Saquon Barkley too. He's got a sprained ankle, and they play on Thursday. So I
Yeah,
don't know if he's going to be able to play Thursday. That's going to be a quick turnaround for a sprained ankle there.
yeah. I'm assuming whoever has Saquon Barkley is going to go out and try to drop some fab dollars on Matt Breida.
Is
I
it
know
going to be
Dad has
Breda?
him in one of our leagues.
Is it going to be Breda? Or is it going to be like Eric Gray or somebody? Breda
I would have,
old though. That boy been
yeah,
around
but
forever.
I would assume Breida going to have somewhat of the workload. I mean, I don't know though, but I think the Giants are in trouble, dude. Because you go down 20 to whatever, I think 28-3 or something at halftime to the Arizona Cardinals. Now, granted, they did come back, but everyone's like, "Oh, the Giants came back. How impressive was that?" It's not impressive. It's the Arizona Cardinals. You guys should
Yeah.
have been winning the game to begin with. Okay, you guys coming back from a 28-point deficit, 25-point deficit, whatever it was at halftime, it's not that impressive. Like, people are like, "Oh my God, the Giants came back." To me, it's not impressive because you should not have been in that situation to begin with. It is the Arizona Cardinals. You have Joshua Dobbs as your quarterback
Yep.
lining up against you. Okay. Now, I know the Giants don't have the best defense in the world, but come on, dude. Like, seriously? And then, the offense couldn't get going for the longest time. Like, who other than Buda Baker, which I don't even know if he's playing right now. I think he got injured last year, but he might be back. I'm not sure. But other than Buda Baker, like, who do they have on their defense? I can't really name anybody off the top of my head.
No, they want to go and trade Isaiah Simmons right before the season started. It just sucks for
Exactly.
me because they play the 49ers Thursday night. And see, 49ers now going to turn into the Cowboys. They get an easy schedule. Here we go. And look,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh wasn't no cakewalk, or was a cakewalk for the 49ers, turns out. I'm curious to see how the Steelers play tonight, because we're
Yep.
gonna really know how good or bad the Steelers are. If they just don't show up again tonight, then you can write the Steelers off this season for sure. But the 49ers had a tough game yesterday on the road in LA, and I really thought the Rams for my hopes too. We're going to pull that out, and then Stafford became Matt Stafford and threw a couple interceptions, and that was that. But I mean, right now alone, the 49ers are already favored 10.5. Like, it's going to be a cakewalk game on Thursday night.
Yeah, that's gonna be a boring Thursday night game, especially with the way Brock Purdy's playing and the way Christian McCaffrey had his week this week. Um, yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a game a lot of people are gonna want to watch. But you have those games on Thursday night. Sometimes Sunday nights. I know NFL likes to try to flex those boring games out of Sunday night, but Thursday nights, you're gonna have your boring games.
Yep.
So
Just
and I
because
think that's gonna
everybody
be one
has to
of
play
them.
on Thursday night during the season at some point.
Yep.
And well, I
So,
mean,
but
it'd be a lot better if the Giants had a healthy Saquon number one and just probably had a. I'm not a believer of Danny Dimes at all. So if they had a quarterback, and I don't understand how this team is not executing. You got, look, I understand Wandell's not back yet, but you got Darren Waller, Sterling Shepard, right? You got Isaiah Hodgins, Jalen Hyatt, Paris Campbell. I understand they're no flashy names, but they're guys that have been there and that have experience and they're proven. How in the hell are you not scoring points against the
yeah,
Arizona Cardinals in the first half? Like, come on,
yeah.
bruh. Come
Well,
on.
I like to think the Giants offense and the Patriots offense are very similar because, like you said, they're not flashy names, and that's what the Patriots have. Like they have a good backfield. I do think Saquon is better than Ramondre Stevenson, obviously, but they're very similar. They have a good backfield. The not the Yankees, sorry, the Giants and the Patriots have good tight ends with Darren Waller now and Hunter Henry. And then you just got a plethora of receivers that are just not, anywhere near the top 15
Yep.
as far as receivers go in the NFL. So I think they're very similar, but I don't know. I think Daniel Jones, I think in my opinion, and this might be a hot take, but I think Daniel Jones is in the same boat as Mac Jones. I think they both need a wide receiver one. And I preach that to you, I preach that to Dad, I preach that to, everybody in our group chat. Everyone's like, oh, Daniel or Mac Jones is not the guy for New England, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at all the quarterbacks that are even in the top 10, they have a solid wide receiver one. Justin Herbert has, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. Jalen Hurts has Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown. Josh Allen has Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. Um, I mean, even Kirk Cousins has Justin Jefferson and now T.J. Hawkinson. I mean, the only guy that's really balling without a wide receiver one and has done anything without a wide receiver one is Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, he still has Travis Kelce. So, I think Daniel Jones and Mac Jones have just been in that situation where they don't have anybody to throw the ball to. Now, do I think they could be a top five quarterback with a wide receiver one? That's pretty questionable. I haven't really seen much. I mean, I think Mac is a very accurate quarterback. Don't get me wrong. Um, at least on balls that are like 15 yards and shallower. I think those deep balls he needs to work on. But then again, also I think that's where a wide receiver one comes into play. If you're throwing deep balls, you need somebody that can go up and get it. Same with Daniel Jones. I mean, I know Sterling Shepard has some deep balls, or not Sterling Shepard, sorry, Darius Slayton. He'll pull out a
Oh, yeah, I
60
forgot all
yard
about him.
he'll pull out a 60-yard catch every now and then, but he's no DeAndre Hopkins, he's no Stephon Diggs. So I think, Daniel Jones and Mac Jones are in the same boat. Like they need to get a wide receiver one, and then you can truly see what their potential can be. Now, if they get a wide receiver one and they suck, then yeah, you're right, they're not the guy. But look at what Josh Allen was before Stephon Diggs. Look what Jalen Hurts was doing before A.J. Brown. Look what Tua Tagovailoa was doing before Tyreek Hill. Blow up until they had that wide receiver one that they can consistently go to when they need it. So, and I
You
think
already
Daniel Jones is in the same boat.
you already know my feelings on Mac. I don't think Mac is the answer, but you just actually put on a light bulb here in my head. Maybe if your last name is Jones, you just ain't meant to play quarterback in the NFL because both the Joneses suck right now. So
Yeah,
I
and
I'm
I
not sold on Mac at all.
I may be a little biased, being a Patriots fan, but if I'm looking at it as a coach, like if I'm looking at it from a coach's perspective, you know, and this is the way the Patriots have always been. I mean, other than signing Randy Moss, what have the Patriots ever done in the offseason to sign a wide receiver that's a big name? I know we signed Antonio Brown, that didn't last too long. I know we signed
Yeah.
Reggie Wayne when he was old as shit, that didn't last too long. So, you know, but it's like Mac Jones is throwing balls to Kendrick Bourne, Devontae Parker. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Devontae Parker is a good jump ball receiver, but he just needs that receiver that can make plays when it matters. And the guys that he has right now is they're not those guys. So, I mean, I think Mac needs to do some more learning, but I'm not completely sold on the idea that he's not the guy. Like I said, and on top of that too, he has a terrible offensive line, which that's another thing. I mean, Asante told us yesterday in the group chat, he's like, "You guys just need to run the ball. Mac Jones is not it." Well, that might be an option, but you can't run the ball when your offensive line sucks. It's
True.
just you can't do that. I mean, even with Zeke there now, Zeke and Stevenson, that could be a top five, top 10, running back duo in the league. But you can't run the ball when you don't have offensive line blocking for you. It is what it is. And you go look at Mac Jones last year. I'm pretty sure he was one of the most pressure quarterbacks in the league last year. So
Sure.
that's another thing too. I mean, you can't be a good quarterback if you're getting hurried a lot. And Kirk Cousins is a good example. He's always getting hurried, but the reason he maintains his, top 10 to 12 quarterback status because look at the wide receivers he had: Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, TJ Hawkinson. Like, he has guys that can make plays when he needs to throw the ball quick.
See, I agree with Asante. Like 5 carries for Zeke. What like and see, I know I complained about this a little bit last night to you and Dad. What the hell did we now look? I got a little bias in it because I bet over like I think it was 7.5 or 8 receiving yards for Zeke.
Yeah.
But what the hell did we sign Zeke for if you're not going to use him? There was like a third and long earlier last night, I think, or maybe a second and long for y'all, kind of back in your own like end zone area, and Zeke
Mm-hmm.
was in the game. And look, every other damn coach in that situation, okay, would throw a damn screen pass to the running back and let them do work. Mac want to throw downfield and get he did get like 12 yards, I think, on the play, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
But
because I think it was like 3rd and 3 or something after that.
but just check it down or something and let Zeke do your work. Now, like I said, that's my bias talking, but just watch all the games. When it's like second and long, hey, there you go, running back, do your thing. We got the big boys out front blocking. Let's see how many yards you can get. Make it a manageable third down. But I don't know.
Well,
Nonetheless, Zeke,
the Patriots do that a lot, and I don't know if you were on the phone with me and Dad last night when I was talking about that, but I get very frustrated being a Patriots fan when it's 3rd and 15, 2nd and 20, and we just either hand the ball off or throw a little rink-a-dink screen pass that only gets like 3 or 4 yards. Like, oh, it is so frustrating, bro. Like, it's like, dude,
true.
like, let Mac just throw that bitch 15 yards. Like, if we get it, cool. It worked. If we don't, it's better than just fucking throwing the ball. Like, bro, I'm sorry, but our screens, like, they work every once in a while. But, it's like, yeah, if you do it 20 times, one time, someone's bound to break something. But
Yeah.
the way our blockers are, I mean, there was a screen pass thrown to, I think, Devontae Parker last night. And Hunter Henry completely missed a block, and the dude
Yeah. It was
freaking
incomplete.
Parker got hit
Deck.
before the ball
Yeah.
could even get to him. It's like, bro, on a screen pass, you're supposed to block. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So and then
True.
and on top of that, dude, just some of the damn play calling, like it is. It's I think it was 4th and 1. It was that play where Bill threw the flag down right at the referee, and they didn't give us the first down call. And
Yeah.
we were going for it on 4th and 1. Or no, I'm sorry that because we quarterback sneaked that. I can't remember. I think it was 3rd and 1 or something like that. But we ended up doing a pitch to Ramondre Stevenson, which makes no sense to me. It's 3rd and 1, and you want to throw the ball backwards 4 yards to try to get 1 yard. So you're ultimately, when you're throwing the ball back 3-4 yards, now you're trying to get either 4 or 5 yards to get the first down instead of just one, which that makes no sense to me. I understand pitches work sometimes, but you do pitches on like 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, like something where you're not trying to get literally 1 yard. Like
Or just
I
or
don't
just
I
do
don't
a straight
understand that.
just do a straight like little pitch out, like fake the quarterback sneak and the running back be parallel with you and just flip that bitch out over to the right.
Yeah,
But here,
yeah, it
this is what
makes
I
no
told dad for the
sense.
longest time. Okay. When you got 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 3rd and inches, 4th and inches, whatever, I don't understand why teams and why running backs don't treat it like it's the damn goal line. What do they do at the goal line when they get it? They try to jump over the pile. You
Yeah,
never see that on 3rd and inches and 4th and inches. You hand that thing off to like, a Nick Chubb, a Najee Harris, like somebody like that's great at leaping over the piles and shit, which could be any running back, honestly. There you go. There's your first down. But every time you get a quarterback sneak, which yes, most likely works, but if you're going to hand off to the running back, let them bitches jump over the pile like they're trying to get into the end zone. Instead, they
yeah.
just burrow their way up in the mosh pit of fat boys, and you don't even get it half the time. Just jump, leap over that. Just leap over, bruh.
Just
Act like
leapfrog
it's
it,
the end
baby.
zone. Just
Come
leap
on now.
over.
That's right, leapfrog, baby, all day.
And Brandon, to answer your question, I don't know when the last time, but I'm sure he had it last year at some point in Dallas, but he hasn't been given a chance with the Patriots. That's for
No,
sure.
I think I think Zeke's longest touchdown run last year was like 20 or 32 yards or something like that. I remember, I think it was Pat McAfee or whatever his name is, talking about it. He talked about how the Patriots were trying to bring in Zeke to be more of a goal line red zone situation because he had, I think, how many touchdowns did he have last year? Like 8 or 9, I think, and like 9 of them or 7 or 8 of them were like red zone touchdowns or something like that. So he hasn't busted a big runoff in quite some time, if I can remember.
I'm looking right now to actually see how many he had last year. It was. Oh, damn. He had 12 rushing touchdowns last year.
Yeah, and I think like 10 of them
Damn.
were within the 20-yard line.
Damn. I didn't realize he had that many touchdowns last year. That's crazy. Wow. But yet he was still running back 17 in fantasy after 12 rushing touchdowns last year. That's wild to me. That's crazy. But I mean, again, Brandon, I get it. You don't want to leave your feet and fumble. I totally get it. But look, we work on ball security in practice, right? We know not to fumble. How many times do fumbles happen on goal lines when I understand, they're reaching across sometimes and trying to get the first down, and then it's a fumble like that once it breaks the plane. But I'm talking about just leap over and fall down, which if you're going to leap, you're most likely going to tumble and then get touched when you fall down. It's that simple. I don't know. It just
Zeke's
made no sense to
longest
me.
Zeke's longest rush last year was 27 yards, and his longest reception was 31.
That's not bad.
But
I
that's what I'm
mean,
saying. That's what I think that's what Brandon's getting at though. Like, you know, I mean, Zeke had a 27-yard rush last year for his longest run. I mean, that's he's not the Zeke that he used to be. I mean, he's more of a guy that's going for like, 5, 10, maybe 15 yards. But I mean, I can't tell you the last time I remember Zeke breaking a fucking 80-yarder or even a 50-yarder at that.
True.
And I think that's why the Cowboys let him go. I mean, he's not the guy that he used to be.
How often do you get that from any running back though? That's the real question too. I mean,
Yeah, that's
good
true.
luck. I mean, who was it? Somebody busted a big one yesterday and still got caught from behind. I forget who it was.
It was Brees Hall. Brees Hall did that on week 1 against the Bills.
Maybe that's who it was.
I remember.
But I thought
Yeah,
somebody had a big one yesterday too and ended up getting caught.
McCaffrey. I know McCaffrey had like a
Maybe
51-yard run that he took down to like the 12-yard.
Well, that's what I said. Like all these guys are getting caught now by a defender and stuff like that. So I would consider 31 a sizable rush, but
well, that was his longest pass. 27 was his longest rush.
Yeah, 27. True. But who you like in tonight's games? I hope Asante's in here because he's about to learn a lesson tonight.
I don't know, man. With the Panthers and Saints, it's tough. I mean, the Saints barely squeaked by on the Titans, and I don't
exactly.
I don't think the Titans are all that good. I don't think the Titans.
They won yesterday. Oh no, hey, they beat the Chargers yesterday.
Yeah, I mean the Chargers defense sucks though. Look what Tua and then did to it. You know what I mean? Like, not to mention the Chargers also didn't have Austin Eckler. Forgot about that too.
True.
So, I mean, if he's playing, you know, does that help them win? But I don't know. I mean, I'd love to know. I see this was a 1:00 game, right? The Chargers Titans.
Yep.
I would love to know how they won this game.
We would love to see that.
I mean, dude, they held Derrick Henry to 80 yards on 25 carries.
I'll tell you how they won the game, okay? Because the Chargers got some idiot play caller. That's why, okay? They get the ball first in overtime. Now, look, like you said, I get it. They don't have Austin Eckler. I get it. You got Josh Kelly. Whatever. They're only three damn plays in overtime. Incomplete. Idiots. Do we want to maybe run the ball? Maybe switch it up a little bit? Run some clock off
or something. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I went somewhere yesterday. I think it was to get food or something. Right? I walked out of the house. Okay, game's going to overtime. I'll put it on the radio. I get maybe a minute down the road, and I find the game on the radio, and the Titans got the ball. I said, what the hell? I had to go back and look at my phone play-by-play, and I see 3 incomplete passes. I'm like, God dang, Los Angeles. You don't want to do something with the ball? Jesus.
A little something.
And then, like you said, the Chargers defense, good luck trying to stop anybody. So as soon as that, and I was rooting. I didn't even realize at very first when the Titans had the ball because I didn't know who won the coin toss. I thought the Titans had the ball. I got Herbert on a couple fantasy teams. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's hold them to a field goal. Herbert get the ball back. We get some more points. We eating, okay?
Yeah, straight up, right?
When I saw that they were kicking a game or heard when they were kicking a game-winning field goal, that's when I went back in and looked, and I saw that they had 3 incomplete passes. I'm like, kids, what are we doing here? Yeah. I understand you got Keenan Allen, Josh Palmer, Mike Williams, Gerald Everett, Donald Parham. I get it. But my goodness gracious, dog. Holy cow. Saquon Barkley is still getting tests.
Yeah, that's why I'm not 100% sure on who. I think on our pick'ems I picked the Saints just because I think their offense is a little bit more intact than your guys' offense. I think the Panthers' offense.
Yeah, we suck ducky on offense. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think the Panthers' offense is struggling for 2 reasons. One, and most importantly, your guys' offensive line sucks. I mean,
which I don't get. I don't understand how we suck so bad on the offensive line. It makes no sense to me.
Well, and then number two, like you guys literally have a whole new offense, bro. Like nobody on that offense, skill player wise, has chemistry with each other. Adam Thielen, brand new. DJ Chark, brand new. Miles Sanders, brand new. Bryce Young, brand new. Like all those guys, Hayden Hurst, brand new. All those guys have no chemistry with each other, which that's going to take time to
Jonathan
build.
Mingo, brand new.
Exactly. So,
Well, and not to mention, Chark didn't even play last week, so we had Thielen, which I get he had established himself in Minnesota, but I didn't like him. The dude too old for me. Like I wasn't like super excited about that. I was more excited about DJ Chark, honestly, than Thielen, if I'm being totally honest. But
yeah.
I mean,
I think Adam Thielen is kind of like a possession guy, like somebody that you could throw the ball to. I think he's got great hands. I think if you throw the ball to him, he's gonna come down with it. I don't think he's like a jump ball receiver, but I think if he has a contested catch that isn't requiring him to go up and get it, I think he'll come down with it. But yeah, DJ Chark, I saw something about like how he hasn't had a good season since like 2018 or something like that when he was on the Jaguars. So I mean, after that good season that he had on the Jags, I mean he hasn't really done much since then. I mean, hopefully maybe your coach was thinking hopefully maybe you guys can revive his career or something, but he hasn't done
yeah,
much
2019, he
since the
had 8
Jaguars.
touchdowns and 1,000-yard receiving in 2019.
Yeah.
But other than
So
that, this man, first off, this man's never put together a full season of games.
wow, I
His
didn't know that.
last year in Jacksonville, he only played 3 games. In Detroit last year, he only played 11 games.
Yeah, I remember he got hurt last year. Me and Dad had him on a fantasy team.
So
Yep.
I mean,
And
we're
I
definitely
know,
going to need him.
yeah, I'm not, like I said though, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys are home, so, but I think the Saints are favored if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they are for sure.
But with the Brown Steelers, I don't know. I could see the Steelers bouncing back. I mean, I think the Browns defense kind of caught the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals struggled this week too, I think, against Baltimore. That was another 1 o'clock game that I wasn't able to watch. Yeah, Joe Burrow was 27 for 41, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. So, and then Mixon only had 59 yards on 13 carries. So I think, I don't know. I know the Browns went and upgraded a little bit on defense. That's what Sergey told me. That's the only time I ever hear anything about the Browns is when Sergey tells me
Exactly.
something.
Brown,
So
Brown's so irrelevant.
yeah, I don't pay attention to the
But
Browns,
Sergey
but
get hyped over every damn signing. So they could go sign a damn new kicker, and Sergey gonna let you know, yes, we got him.
he got hyped over Cade
It's
York
just a
when they
kicker.
drafted
Just sit down and relax. I don't think.
when they drafted Cade York. He got hyped over. He said, "Oh, I'm telling you, that boy's good. He's gonna be raw. He's gonna be that dude."
Yeah,
A year later, here
yeah.
they are releasing him, bro. Like, come on, dog. And he took Cade
That
York in
that boy gets
fantasy
excited
last
over
year too.
everything.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I told you." Cade York, his first game, kicked like a 50-yard field goal. He's like,
Yeah,
"I told you
I
about
think it
him,
was
Connor."
against us. I
Yeah,
think
he
it
was
was
like,
against us too in the season opener.
he was like, "I told you about him, Connor. I told you should draft him."
That
I'm
boy,
like,
Cade
"Oh
York,
my
raw
god!"
bitch. You talking about a place kicker? If you don't sit your ass down and shut up,
Right? Yeah. So that's the only time I get news on the Browns. So I know they signed some. I don't know who they signed, but I'm guessing. They signed a
well,
couple.
Amari's out. I don't think Amari Cooper's playing, so that's going to hurt
Oh
the
yeah,
receiving core a little bit.
yeah, that's true. I think T.J.
But
Watt's
look,
gonna be a problem for him this week too. That dude's a beast, bro.
all I know is, as far as the NFC South goes, ain't nobody saw the Falcons and the Bucks 2-0.
Who?
Okay, I know Asante is a Saints fan, and I bet Asante damn well will even say, Asante, if you're in here, did you see the Saints or the Falcons and Bucks going 2-0? The hell no. Hell no. So all I know is for Carolina's sake, for Carolina's sake, we cannot afford to go 0-2. We have to somehow find a way to win this game tonight.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Baker, he's playing pretty good, but I'm looking at my pick'ems, and boy, I got some fucking games wrong. I did not think I was gonna get wrong. The Packers, what the hell?
The Packers
is
should
that
have won
about?
that game. The Packers should have won
What the
that
hell is
game.
that about? Crazy. I
Like,
chose the Packers. That was wrong. The Bengals. That was wrong. The Lions. That was wrong. And the Chargers. That was wrong. I'm looking at these games like, bro, there's no 92.6% chose the Lions, and they lose in overtime.
How many
I
percent
did
chose the Lions?
92.66%.
92.66. That's all right. That's all right. I chose the Seahawks. It's all good.
I didn't.
Don't
I don't know.
mind don't mind the two wrong ones there though. Okay,
Yeah.
on top of it, on the bottom of, but it's all good.
Did you choose the Rams over the 49ers?
Oh, you know I did. You know I picked the Rams. Picking the crappy ass 49ers, bro.
That boy, hey, I'm telling you right now, boy, Brock Purdy might be that guy. Tom Brady 2.0,
Look.
you know what I'm saying?
Look, see, I put it right there. Rams. See? My dumbass chose the Texans too. I don't know the hell I was thinking on that one. Jesus.
I chose the Broncos over the Commanders, so.
So did I. You know why, though? I'll tell you why. Because I didn't see some of these teams going 0-2, like the Bengals, like the Broncos with Sean Payton as head coach.
Either. Yeah, I couldn't see. Yeah, I'm starting to
The Chargers?
Yeah, I'm starting to have second thoughts about this whole Sean Payton's going to turn the Broncos around. I mean, Broncos haven't really looked all that good.
I don't know. Well, I haven't like tuned in too much to Broncos games, but I like to know what their damn problem is. I would really like to know what their problem is. Is Russell Wilson looking as bad as he did last year?
I mean, he looked
like it.
He looked decent. Let me go look up his stat line real quick. Now you got to remember, the Commanders have in my opinion, the Commanders have one of the best D lines in the game. I mean, you got Montez Sweat, you got Chase Young. What's his name? I think it's Jonathan Allen that's there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they got. I think that's three top-notch defensive linemen right there. But I mean, Russell threw for 308, 3 touchdowns and an INT. So
see what I'm talking about? He ain't that bad.
I don't know. It was a close game. I mean, I think Brian Robinson just beat the Broncos. That was it.
Who?
I mean, Brian Robinson almost averaged 5 yards a carry and had 2 touchdowns in the game. So
that's fine with me. I got him on a couple of teams, so that's fine. Go off then.
I'll tell you what though. Sam Howell, he's looking real promising. He had a good game against that Bronco defense.
Yeah, on the road. Wait, it was in Denver, right? Yeah. So on the road too.
Yep. Not
too shabby.
Yep. So that's what I don't know. I think Russell had a good game and he's been looking a little bit better than last year, but I think that time is just coming for Russell, dude. He doesn't look like that quarterback that he once was in Seattle. And I get it, he's older, but it's just I don't know. Some of the throws that he had last year was just downright trash, bro. He was out there looking like last year. He was out there looking like Justin Fields was yesterday, and Justin Fields was looking like Russell Wilson 2.0 last year.
That's because Justin Fields is terrible.
Throw an interception on a screen pass on the Buccaneers 3-yard line, bro.
Only Justin Fields can do some stuff like that, bro. But Hey, look. I got a message for Asante real quick. Panthers gonna win tonight. Just go ahead and take the money line now, okay? Asante, don't bet with your heart, bro.
You know, Santé gonna prize pick him too.
I guarantee you, Asante gonna bet the Saints.
I picked the
But
Patriots last night on the pick 'em. I ain't gonna lie. I know
I
you
got.
picked
I'm
the
pretty
Dolphins,
sure.
but
Did I?
yeah, I know. I
No, I
thought you
did.
told me and Dad you did. Yeah, I
That was an
picked the
easy win for the
Patriots.
Dolphins. I wasn't even worried about the Patriots. It's the Patriots, bro. Come on now, Mac Jones. Come on
It's
now.
not even Mac, dude. We beat ourselves so much, bro. That fumble from Demario Douglas, bro. And then just the penalties and stuff, dude. And then we always stall out on drives. I don't get it. Like, bro, Mac Jones throws for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Eagles, but can't do a damn thing. Can't get nothing going against the freaking Dolphins, bro. Like, make it make sense.
Right?
It doesn't make sense because I'm saying right now, and even you said it last night. The Eagles have a way better defense than the Dolphins, especially when the Dolphins don't have Jalen Ramsey. Like, come on, bro.
Like I said, I'm just not sold on Mac. So until there's a new quarterback there, I ain't worried about the Patriots. That's just my take.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like I said, either we need to get a new quarterback that can play with mediocre receivers, or get Mac Jones a receiver and see what he's really capable of. But I'll tell you what, if we lose to the Jets and Zach Wilson, bro, I'm saying right now, we just need a tank and get Caleb Williams
I'd say right
at
now,
that point.
if you lose to the Jets, you better just mute Twan.
Well, I mean that's for third and fourth in the division right there. So, I mean, who cares? We both ain't making the playoffs, so I don't give a fuck. Let them talk.
Oh shit.
It is what it is at that point.
I'm
If they
going. I
beat
can tell
us,
you right now, I'm already going under in that game. We got two crappy quarterbacks. Come on now. They
two
ain't
raw
scoring nothing.
defenses.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going under all day on that one.
But I will say this though, the Patriots did a great job defending Tyreek Hill last night.
That's about the only thing y'all could take away from that.
Yeah, I think we did it a little bit too much because that run game fucked us up like crazy. But I mean, Tyreek only had 4 catches for 50 yards and a 2-yard touchdown. Whoop-de-doo. So if you ask me, I think we shut Tyreek Hill down. But I might be being a little biased there.
You
From
saw
a
you saw what he
Patriots fan,
said.
but
You saw what he said about the Patriot fans too after the game.
yeah, he said they're some of the nastiest fans. I feel like that's anywhere, bro. Go to Philly. You don't think Philly people are saying some nasty shit?
That boy said I started waving bye to him in the stands. I was like, "Come on now,
Yeah.
just chill, bro."
Yep.
Oh shoot, that boy one of the cockiest boys in the NFL. I swear.
It is what it is.
But I'll tell you what, though, I definitely got the Steelers tonight. Let me make sure I picked them real fast. I'm pretty sure I did, though.
See, a thing too is
Oh yeah, I got the Steelers all day tonight. F you, Sergey.
a thing about it too
Now,
is
granted, that was only my one confidence point. So
I think
I said it's a toss up. So
I
whatever.
think I put my most confident points on the Cowboys beating the Jets.
Yo, I put my most confidence points on the Giants. Whoo, we squeaked that one out. Let me tell you.
Wow, I lost 13
Look,
points on the Chargers, bro.
16 right there on the Giants.
Yeah, see, I
Whew.
only put 3 confidence points on the Bengals beating the Ravens. I was nervous about that one.
I put 4.
I put 15 on the Giants.
I put 15 on the Packers. Nice. That's real nice.
Wow. I got 7 confidence points on the Saints beating the Panthers.
Damn, I got 2. I got 2 on the Panthers beating the Saints.
I got 2 points
You hear that,
on the
Asante?
Steelers beating the Browns.
Panthers beating the Saints, Asante.
Yeah, bro.
I can't wait to run my mouth tonight to Asante. Don't be muting the group chat tonight now, okay?
I had 14 on the Bills, 14 on the Cowboys.
I had
one on
14
the
on the
Broncos.
Cowboys. So clearly, I was more confident in the Packers beating the Falcons than the Cowboys beating Zach Wilson. What the hell was I thinking? Head up your ass?
Yeah. What is? Yeah, you don't know what you're thinking about that one now.
Jesus. The hell was I supposed? Well, I must have been puff passing or something.
Yeah. Saw him down there.
It's Zach Wilson in Dallas, and I only had 14 points. But yet up here, I got the Packers with 15 confidence points over the Falcons. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I put 16 points on that game on the Cowboys beating the Jets because there's no way. There's no way. Now, granted, the Jets have a good defense, but there is no way that Zach Wilson and that offense is outplaying Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense. Because at the end of the day, with both defenses being top notch, it's going to come down to quarterback play. And I'm sorry, but Zach Wilson is not outplaying Dak Prescott at quarterback. So that's why
True.
I put 16 points on that game because I couldn't see Dallas losing that game, especially in Dallas. No,
I knew Dallas wasn't going to lose that game, not to Zach Wilson. Remember, Twan said too at some point yesterday, I like what I'm seeing from Zach Wilson. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Twan. Just relax there, buddy, okay?
He must have been watching Zach Wilson college highlights or something.
Boy had 3 interceptions, okay? They may not win a game with Zach Wilson at quarterback. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Their best chance is going to be against y'all.
Did he have over 180 yards yesterday? Because I had him under 180 yards.
Was Zach Wilson? Yeah, he had. I'm pretty sure he had over.
Really?
Let me see. I'm pretty sure he did.
He had 170.
No, never mind. See, that man can't even throw for 100. Oh boy, that's sad.
How about Travis Hunter? You heard the news on Travis Hunter?
No, but I saw Dion said he's like out 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, he's gonna miss 3 to 4 weeks.
Now they're all talking about can Buffalo win without him? Or I said Buffalo. They are the Buffaloes, but can Colorado win without him? Yeah. Well, I don't know now. Hold on. They got some tough games coming up now.
Yeah, but bro, what's his name? I can't ever say
Shedeur Sanders?
Shedeur Sanders has been fucking balling, bro. He's playing top-notch tier 1 football. Granted, I know he's I know he's playing for Colorado and he's not playing, like the best of the best. But like you said, they got some hard games coming up, so he's gonna be tested. But that dude is balling, bro.
Well, my prediction, you're about to see Colorado come back down to earth now. They go to number 10 Oregon this week. Then I don't know why I clicked Oregon. I meant Colorado. They go to number 10 Oregon this week, and then they go back home to face number 5 USC. Let's see what you're made of. Come on, Dion. Let's see what you're made of now. All them Colorado fans about to go right back in hiding here in the next 2 weeks.
Man, I'll tell you what. You'd be surprised what football players can do when they got a coach in front of them that they believe in.
True. That is true. But then they get easy Arizona State and easy Stanford. Then they go to number 22 UCLA and then host number 14 Oregon State. These boys got a hard schedule coming up for sure. I'll tell you what, if they make it through that, first off, if they even beat Oregon and USC, but then if they make it through the rest, boy, you might as well just give them the title right now. We don't even need to do the playoffs. So just cut it. Cut it. Because they winning it all.
If they beat Oregon and USC, do you think college football is fixed now?
Yeah. And by the way, for what it's worth, Oregon favored 21 in this game. 21.
I don't know about that.
3 touchdowns. I'm losing my voice. Y'all getting cracky because I'm in shock.
Yeah.
21. Come on now. That's a fat ass spread. 21 for the number 19 team in the nation? Bruh. I'll tell you what, I got Reagan this weekend, or I'd be making a little road trip because first off, I would go to Oregon to see Colorado play this game, and then I'd go take my ass right up to Seattle on Sunday because the Panthers are in Seattle. but I got Reagan this weekend, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
How you looking on fantasy?
Dude, me and Dad. So we got these two $350 Terminator leagues, and I don't know if you know why we decided to do those. Because if you win, you know what that is, right?
Yeah, it's a free Terminator entry, ain't it?
No, it's a free entry into the main event.
Oh, I thought it was into the Terminator tournament.
Now, if you win, it's a free entry into the main event. So, on one of the teams, we were fifth, and this week we put up third most points. Now, granted, I'm sure there's people behind us that might have people going tonight, but yeah, I don't think we have anybody else going tonight.
There's 2 games. You should have somebody going, right?
Oh, well, we have Bryce Young, but I mean,
Oh, he about
unless
to tear that Saints defense up. Come on now.
he's
Come
got
on,
to
that's
get
a good.
18.6 to be put in our lineup. So, but here, let me look behind. The guy right behind us, he's only 8 points behind us. He has Derek Carr going, but he's got to outscore Geno Smith at 26-4, which I
Oh,
don't
Derek
think
Carr
that'll
ain't doing that
happen.
on the road against the Panthers. No, Derek Carr ain't
He
doing that.
does have Amari Cooper, but that
He
boy
ain't
ain't playing tonight.
Nope.
But he does have Donovan Peoples-Jones. So, and he's got Deontay Johnson, who ain't playing tonight either.
Yeah, he's out too. Oof. He ain't going up then.
Nope. And then the guy right
tell you what.
behind him, this guy has Chris Olave and Hayden Hurst.
Damn right they are, Sergey. He got Olave and who?
Hayden Hurst. So I think in this league we should be moving up, maybe like a spot or two. But in this other league, last week, dude, we put up fucking 210 points. Now, granted, it is a best ball league, so but we were
What y'all
leading
put up
last
this week?
This week we put up 178, which is
Damn,
the second highest.
that's solid coming out the gate. Two weeks, 178 and over 200. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, last week we had Tyreek Hill.
Who y'all got?
So our starting quarterback, for our quarterbacks, we have Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, and Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think Garoppolo was in our lineup last week,
Oh, hell no.
if I'm
That's
not
sad.
mistaken. I'm pretty sure he was. Because I don't remember. Goff only had I can't remember. Goff didn't do that much last week against the Chiefs, right?
I don't think so.
No, sorry, Mahomes was in our lineup. So we have
I was like,
Mahomes, and I'll tell you what, we drafted Cam Akers on this team, but like I told you,
oh boy.
no,
Oh,
sorry,
boy.
we didn't draft him on this team. But every team that I have Cam Akers on, I have
Kyron?
Kyron Williams on, yeah. So we have Kyron Williams on this team, though. We have Kyron Williams, Travis Etienne, and Alvin Kamara, and Josh Jacobs are
Damn.
our 4 main running backs now. Obviously, we didn't know Kyron Williams was going to be the main guy, so we took him just reading that he would kind of be the third down back for the Rams. So, and then our wide receivers are Tyreek Hill and Mike Evans, which Tyreek Hill obviously went off last week. Mike Evans went off this week. Our tight ends now, they're a little scary. We have Cade Otton, Jake Ferguson, Dalton Schultz, and Luke Schoonmaker. So
Schoonmaker caught a touchdown. Ferguson caught a touchdown.
Schoonmaker's touchdown got called back, though. Remember?
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yep.
Yeah. So, but but dude, last week what really, really helped us was Dallas putting up 39 points. Dallas' defense.
That's insane from a defense. God,
Right, dude? And then,
Almost
I
40
forgot.
points from a defense.
So this week we had Tampa Bay in our lineup with 16 points.
Wow.
But
Y'all
Dallas
got Tampa Bay's
had
defense. Jeez.
we have Dallas and Tampa Bay. So obviously Tampa Bay is going to be the after week 7. Tampa Bay is probably going to be the team that we cut. But
Yeah.
we waited a little bit longer to get another defense. But I mean, it paid off this week. So
I'm gonna grab my computer
we
charger.
should still be in first place after this week. So
Computer all about to die.
I'll tell you where I fucked up though this week on my $35 victory point league. And I told you about this last night, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell the chat the live this. So
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
I'm losing by 19
I hope this
points.
revolves around my boy. I hope this revolves around my dog.
I'm losing by 19 points. Okay. Now in the flex spot, I got Tyler Lockett and Jahan Dotson because my 2 wide receivers are Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb. You're not gonna sit either one of those guys. It's not happening.
Oh, hell no.
So my flex spot, I got Tyler Lockett and Jahan Dotson. Okay, Lockett
had a game.
Yeah, he had a game. I wasn't gonna sit him against Detroit's sorry secondary. Okay, but here we go. I fucking screwed the pooch on this one. Puka Nacua. Sorry, let me start here.
Yeah.
Jahan
No,
Dotson,
go ahead.
5.2 points. On the bench though, I had Puka Nacua with 30.1.
That's my dog right there, boy.
Take that L right there because we don't want to put him in the lineup.
That's my boy right there. Where'd you hear about him? No, for real. You damn right. You damn right. I'm gonna bask in my glory for a second. Because guess what? I got a few people later on that's gonna watch this recording, and I want them to make sure that they know who the hell put Puka on the map in fantasy outside of the real game of football. Yeah. That boy Puka. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting that man's jersey.
Here's a serious question for you though. All biasness aside, what do you think he does production wise? I know we talked about him being a wide receiver too, but when Cooper Kupp comes back, production wise, what do you think he does? Because obviously he's not getting 10, 15 targets a game when Cooper Kupp comes back. So
that's what I'm a little worried about.
Do you still think he could be a good flex spot for fantasy teams if Kupp comes back? Because you look at the way Matthew Stafford plays, and I'm not exactly sure if he played this way on Detroit. I'm pretty sure he did with Calvin Johnson and Kenny Golladay. But you look at the way he plays, he has that one guy that he relies on. And when they won the Super Bowl, it was Cooper Kupp. When Calvin Johnson was in Detroit, it was Calvin Johnson. When Kenny Golladay had that year that he went off, it was Kenny Golladay.
Yeah.
So he has that one guy that he targets more than and don't get me wrong, I know your wide receiver one is going to have more targets than anybody else, but he has that one guy that he just looks to at least 60% of the fucking game whenever he's dropping back and throwing passes. So when Cooper Kupp comes back, that's his guy. Does that significantly damage his production, or do you think it's just kind of okay, maybe he'll look, Cooper and then Puka, if Cooper's not open? Or
I didn't watch a whole lot of the Rams game yesterday because I'll say this first, and I would like to watch one of their games in full because I want to see where Puka is lining up. Puka might be a lot like Cooper Kupp-esque, lining up in the slot all over the field. That might be Sean McVay's Cooper Kupp right now. However, Cooper Kupp is getting old. Not to mention, this man, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to double check this man has had somewhat of a rough problem putting together a full season in his career. Last year he did play all 17 games, played 15 in 2020, 16 in 2019. Other than that, never put together a full season. And I meant, last year he only played in 9 games. My apologies. It was 2021 he played 17. So he had a stretch there, 2019, 2020, 21, where he played at least 15 games or more. Other than that, he never has. So, and he is 30 years old. You know, he's getting a little bit older, so maybe McVay has found his new Cooper Cup,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
For what it's worth, your screen just went black on me.
Okay, give me 1 second. I think I'm trying to connect my YouTube to.
But again, I'm gonna soak in my moment, right? Like Puka was my boy. I called it, late August, early September, and then when they said Cooper Cup was going on the IR, I was like, oh, this has opened the door even more for Puka. So I'm a little nervous to see how Puka is going to be handled when he comes back, or when Cooper Cup comes back. But I I told Dad yesterday, I don't think Cooper Cup comes back after his 4-game absence. I think it's going to be a little bit longer. Number one, and number two, again, you can't. Puka's doing things right now that, again, I don't know if you saw it, but this man has set the record now for most receptions through his first 2 NFL games. The old record was, I think, 19, and he has 25.
Yeah.
The only thing that's pissing me off about all this is, for whatever reason, we're not throwing to the man in the end zone. I don't know why, but he ain't got a touchdown yet. But
Because
you just
Kyron
can't.
Williams taking all the end zones, baby.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Kyron Williams, that way he had 2 this week. I'm pretty sure he had 2 last week too.
Yeah, he had 1 receiving, 1 rushing yesterday.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: you can't bench that production. I
No.
think I think Puka is for sure putting his name out there. He's showing McVay, like, look, I don't belong on the bench. Number two, when Cooper Cup went on the IR, who was everybody all over? Van Jefferson. Oh,
Yeah.
it's Van's time. Oh, it's Van's time. Now, look, you know, I'm a Gator guy, right? Van went to Florida, great. But he ain't cutting it, man. He ain't cutting it. He's had his opportunities. He's been in LA for the duration of his career, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. And what has he done? Like I said, Cooper Cup played in 9 games last year, okay? What? So Cooper Cup played in 9 games. I'm looking what Van did last year. Van played in 10 games, 3 touchdowns, 24 receptions. I mean, he's had his chance. And he hasn't, like, separated himself.
Yeah.
Puka has immediately come in here and already separated himself.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think Puka's production is going to go down that bad, but Cooper Cup is almost made of glass. I wouldn't be surprised when Cooper comes back, he goes down again, and then reinsert Puka.
I'll say this: Puka's production it comes mostly off of his catches and his targets. Because if you look, last game he only averaged 9.8 yards per catch, with his longest catch being 20 yards. And then if you look at the Seahawks, he averaged 11.9 yards per catch, with his longest catch being 21 yards. So Puka is that kind of guy that, you're going to be banking on him getting at least like 8 to 12 catches a game for
Yep.
your points, because he's not somebody that is finding the end zone very frequently, and he's not a guy that's going to get you, a 50, 60-yard pass, a 50, 60-yard catch, excuse me. So, I mean, he got 45 targets through 2 games.
35 targets.
35 targets through 2 games with what, 25 catches, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 25 catches. So, and out of 25 catches from 35 targets, his longest reception has only been 21 yards. So that right there has to tell you, like, okay, this guy is not somebody they're going to send deep. He's not somebody that's going to get you a 60-yard touchdown. And, I mean, I haven't been watching the Rams, but from the stat line, he doesn't seem like a guy who is catching the ball and running upfield with it. I mean, he kind of seems like that guy that is like a possession receiver. Somebody that is getting a lot of his points from the catches that he has.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, double
But
digit catches
that's what
for
Cooper
two
Cup's
games in a
known for.
row. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think Cooper Cup is a little bit more like elusive. I think he has better run after catch ability, but also, I think I'm pretty sure Cup was drafted higher than him, was a higher prospect coming out of college. I don't know. What
Cooper
wasn't
Cup, I
Puka
know
like?
for a fact, was a third-round pick. I think Puka was a sixth.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't Puka like back of the like rear? Um,
Fifth
oh,
round.
he's a fifth rounder. Okay.
Well,
But I
I'll
mean,
say
a
this.
lot of people say that about Amon-Ra St. Brown though too. You go look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's not a guy that's going to go deep a lot either. So I
Yeah,
mean, you're banking on his catches, and if there's a problem where, I don't think that's a bad thing though, because even if Matthew Stafford is getting pressured, you know that just is probably going to up his volume even more, because then they're going to have to get the ball out even quicker, which is
yeah.
why I think they probably had success with Puka against the 49ers. I mean, you got Nick Bosa coming in there. You got Fred Warner on blitzes. You got the 49ers rushing you, pressuring Matthew Stafford. He's probably wanting to get the ball out of his hands, as quick as possible. So,
I know they play Monday night next week, and I'm going to be looking forward to that game too because it's against the Bengals. And also, I want to see if the Bengals go 0-3. Super Bowl rematch from a couple of years ago, so that'll be a good Monday nighter. But I want to see where he lines up. I want to see what he does. I mean, the Bengals secondary ain't no scary. They ain't scary. Don't scare
no,
nobody. Especially with
I'm
what Jesse Bates gone, Von Bell's gone. Like, come on now. Like,
I'm not going to trip about the Bengals just yet, because last year they started, I think, 2-5, and then ended up going 14-3. So I'm not going to trip just yet. The Bengals, ever since they had Joe Burrow, um, they get off to a slow start. Even their Super Bowl year, I'm pretty sure they got off to a slow start. So I'm not gonna trip about them just yet, but they are looking a little scary. I mean, they had a close game with the Ravens uh,
yeah.
yesterday, which the Ravens are a good defensive team. So, but
Going going back to Puka though, real fast. He averages 10.6 yards per reception. Of the top 10 right now in targets so far, which obviously Puka's leading with 35, but then 10th place in targets has 19. That's Keenan Allen, Calvin Ridley, Robert Woods, all three of those. The lowest yards per reception actually belongs to Kendrick Bourne at 9.3. And
and that's
then
that's everybody in targets, right?
I'm sorting by the top 10 in targets, top for just for wide receivers.
Okay.
But it's Kendrick Bourne at 9.3, and then you have Michael Pittman at 9.6 and Diggs at 9.9. So I mean, Puka's up there. The most surprisingly is Nico Collins, who has 20 targets, which is tied for fifth, and he averages 17.4 yards per reception. Damn. So, I mean, Puka's like, it looks to be roughly mid-ish pack. Maybe out of the top 10, he's probably about sixth or seventh given yards per reception. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not terrible. There was one play though I did see yesterday. Stafford, like you mentioned, was flushed, and he had to he threw behind Puka, and Puka somehow made a crazy. He was running this way, and the ball was thrown over here, and Puka just all of a sudden just changed direction and dove out for it. And I was like, man, you
Yeah.
keep making plays like that. All you're doing now is just gaining the trust of Stafford as well to look your way
Yeah.
even more. Like, oh, you're making a bad throw of mine look great. So I don't know. I'll tell you what though, in leagues where I don't have Puka, when Cooper Cup comes back, I'm thinking about trying to buy Puka a couple a couple of
Yeah.
leagues where I didn't draft him.
Yeah.
And I'm mad at myself for this because again, like you said, you heard of Puka from me. I was all over him. I drafted this man again. Keep in mind, 15 redraft leagues. I did 15 leagues this year where the drafts were completely redraft, and I only drafted Puka on 5 of them. I mean, not bad, 5 of 15, but it could have been way more. But
Yeah.
then some of our leagues, like Dad and I, where we split Miller's league, it's only 10 teams. The free agent pool is so rich. Romeo Dobbs wasn't even drafted in that league.
Yeah.
I don't think Thielen or Chark was. So it's like you got wide receiver ones for teams that weren't even drafted. But I told
Yeah.
Dad, I said, just remind me next year. I don't care if it's a shallow league or not, okay? Remind me next year. If I have a deep sleeper, just draft the bitch in the last round. Because you know
Yeah.
what? If nothing else, at least we look like damn geniuses when people go to the waiver wire and they're like, oh, Nakua. Who the has Nakua? Yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
bitch. That's right. Stick that chest out.
Yeah.
We drafted him. So,
Yeah.
you know, I
Well,
mean,
here's an
it just
interesting stat.
sucks.
Puka Nacua is leading in yards after catch, total yards, which
Puka is?
I don't. Yeah, which he's leading with 111 yards after the catch. Second is CeeDee Lamb. Second is tied with CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson. Fourth is Bijan Robinson, if you can believe that.
Jeez.
So, fifth is Mike Evans. Sixth is Derrick Henry. Seventh is Aaron Jones. Tied for seventh with Aaron Jones and Jalen Waddle. So, but I think that's a really interesting stat because like I said, his longest catch has been 21 yards.
Who,
So
Pukas?
that's telling me right there that he's probably getting like maybe like 5-10 yard passes and then he's running for like another 5 yards. I mean, just imagine if you're running, let's just say you're running, an extra 7 yards every pass and he's got 25 catches. That's 175 yards. So that right there, and like I said, I'm not watching the game, so that's why I'm trying to figure out how this guy is leading in yards after catch when his longest catch has only been 21 yards on the season. I think that's just wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not a
That's what
that's
happens
not
when
a
you get
long
15 receptions a game.
exactly. So that's what I mean. I mean, with Puka, you're banking on him getting those receptions. Now, see, if teams were smart, okay, who they play next week? The Rams. Who did you say they play next week?
Bengals.
The Bengals. If the Bengals are smart, what do? You double team Puka Nacua. Make it to where that motherfucker cannot get 15 targets a game. Make it to where he only gets 5 targets in the game.
Yeah.
That's what the Rams do.
Well, the Bengals ain't going to do that. I mean, there's just no way. But I'll tell you what, I was just looking at one of my teams. Thank God I already won here, but I did the same damn thing you did. I got Jahan Dotson in at the flex, okay, at 5.2, like you said. Same thing, FFPC league. Let's go to the bench, though, shall we? Tank Dell, 20.20 on the bench. That's nice. Marvin Mims, 20.3 on the bench. That's nice. Puka Nacua on the bench, 30.1. I got 3 guys there that scored 70 points combined. Now, like I said, thankfully I already won in this league. I'm winning 122-86. And I still got Jamal Williams tonight in this victory point league. But again, like it just needs to be to the point now where you got to put him in. I mean, Puka now has to be in your lineup.
With Jahan Dotson, because I remember I looked at that. But with Jahan Dotson, you got Patrick Surtain going against Terry McLaurin. So I'm thinking, okay, Jahan Dotson's probably going to be the guy to have a game there. If anybody's going to have a game or receiving, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I thought because I thought McLaurin was going to be locked down.
Yeah, so I thought Jahan Dotson was going to be the guy to have the game there, number one. Number two, I was just like, okay, maybe, I'm thinking it is only one game for Puka Nacua. Okay, it was only one game that he went off. For a 5th round draft pick, you're kind of like,
yeah,
okay, like
is it a one-hit wonder?
You've seen what Jahan Dotson has done last year in his rookie year. You know he's got potential. He's going up against, you know, the second cornerback in Denver, which I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head who it is, but you know Patrick Surtain is going to be focused on Terry McLaurin. So you're thinking,
Mhm.
okay, you know, if anybody's going to have a receiving game, it's either going to be Dotson or Curtis Samuel, which I would believe it's going to be Dotson if I had to pick between those two. So I'm like, okay, let me just start Dotson. But now, look here. Okay, they play the Bengals next week. Watch. Now I'm going to put Puka Nacua in. I'm going to do it, okay? And watch what happens now. Because that's how fantasy goes. You're nervous about starting somebody that you just picked up off waiver wires, and they're going off, and then you put them in your lineup, and now watch. Puka Nacua is only going to get 5. The Bengals are going to do exactly what I said. They're going to double team him, and he's only going to get like 5 or 6 targets. And it's like, all right, bro.
But like I said though, here's 2 games now of him getting 25 or more points. At this point, he has to become starter material.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless if he sucks or not, he has to be in your lineup. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, Mike and I split a victory point team, and I'm looking, and we had Puka on the bench here, but kind of like what you said, our 2 wide receivers are CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're not benching them.
No.
Our flex is T. Higgins and Pat Fryermuth. Well, T. Higgins, I left him in because I was like, there's no way that man gets a 0 like he did last week.
Yeah.
And he exploded for 28.9, 2 touchdowns. The crazy thing is, Puka didn't score, and Puka outscored him by about 1.2 he outscored him by. So, I mean, it's a toss-up. I don't see Fryermuth getting 30 points. So, again, mess that one up. But, I mean, at this point, he's got to be in your lineup. If you have
Yeah.
Puka Nacua, from now on, he's got to be in your lineup. Bottom line.
Yeah, and I actually dropped $25 Fab points, or $5. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I dropped 25 Fab dollars on him in a league that I have, against Dad, against Sergey, against Antoine, against Asante, against my fiance's uncle, and against a buddy of mine in Vegas. So that's 7 people that I know in that league. And I was actually playing Asante this week. Um, it's funny because he has Austin Eckler in his lineup that he forgot to take out, and I'm winning by I'm winning. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up here. I'm winning 118-79, so almost 40 points.
Yeah.
And he told me that he meant to put in Josh Reynolds that has 23 points, and he still has Chris Olave and Saints defense going tonight, and I have Najee Harris. So that definitely would have been an interesting game. But on the other hand, I got Puka Nacua on the bench, and because remember I asked you this week, I'm like Jordan Addison or Puka Nacua,
Yeah.
and then I was like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, well I put Addison in for the Thursday night game in my wide receiver slot, just so that I'd be able to, work a little bit. I'm not going to put him in my flex spot on a Thursday night. So
Yeah.
then, if something happens to Waddle or St. Brown on Friday during practice, now I can't move him into that. I can't do anything. But yeah, I left him on the bench because I'm not going to put him in for Waddle. I mean, I just feel like I can't do that. Even though Waddle hasn't really done much in the first 2 games, I feel like I can't do that. Waddle's a second round pick. You can't
Mm-hmm.
put him in over your second round pick.
Yep.
And then I was thinking about putting him in for Rashad White, but Rashad White had 21.3. So I mean, you know,
Yeah. Rashad White came out of nowhere for that game. I was I
about
was hella
time,
I
dude.
was hella happy about that one.
It's about damn time. But I tell you what, I'm getting sick and tired of Alexander Madison and Khalil Herbert because they ain't doing a damn thing since this season started. I know Madison had 13 points last week, but that's only because he had a touchdown. Other than that, he didn't do shit.
I know I'm getting Well, first off, yeah, Madison. I mean, the reason I drafted Madison is because I knew he was going to be running back one there. I don't understand what's going on, why they just can't seem to run the ball.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
their
mean, you
offensive
look at
line's
what
not
Madison
all
did.
that bad.
Look at what Madison did when he came in for Dalvin Cook. He did way better than what he's doing right now. So I don't understand it either. It makes no sense to me.
And then I just avoided the whole Bears backfield. I mean, last year I was super high on Khalil Herbert and stuff, and that was one of my deep sleepers last year. But
Yep.
I mean, come on. They had Donta Foreman, they had Roshan Johnson. And not to mention Justin Fields, who almost seems to want to run more than he wants to throw. Okay.
Yeah.
I was avoiding that whole backfield this year. I did add Roshan Johnson just because of his potential PPR ability on a couple of teams last week off the waiver wire. I think it was like one or two teams. But other than that, not much. Like that one is just that backfield, that whole offense is just bad. And until they get a new quarterback, Justin Fields ain't the answer either. So until they get a new quarterback, that whole offense is just going to be in shambles.
Yeah, during this draft, I remember, I don't know if you remember, you were on the phone actually with me and me and Dad were both sidetracked by two different things when this draft was going on. Dad had another draft going on. I had my 10-month-old baby sitting in the chair right next to me, spitting up bubbles out of his mouth. I mean, just, I'm trying to draft and attend to a baby too. So, like I told you, I panic picked on Najee. I picked Khalil Herbert when I wanted to pick another wide receiver. So I was just kind of like all over the place in this draft. I mean, I have guys on this team that I don't have anywhere else. One of those guys is Najee Harris. I don't have him anywhere else. Jalen Hurts is another one. I don't have him anywhere else. Khalil Herbert, I have him on some teams, but I don't have him on any teams where I have to set a lineup. So it's like
Yeah. So
if he's the guy that's chosen for that week, I have him on a best ball team, and he's like my running back 3, running back 4. So and on this team he is my running back 3, but I don't know.
who's
I feel
Sergey
like I
talking
kind of
about? Who's Sergey talking about real fast? Dalvin's better than who?
Madison.
Uh, I mean, maybe, but I mean, the point is Dalvin's moved on, and deeper in the draft, around 5, 6, 7, 8, you're looking. That's where Madison fell to. You're looking for a running back one. I mean,
Yeah.
who is? My view was too. Who is going to threaten Madison's running back ones? They don't have a better established person.
Yeah, Ty Chandler is not going to take his job. It's just
Yeah,
it's not.
it's just not going to happen. And that's the only reason why I drafted Madison. I was like, okay, here's a running back one, kind of like James Cook in a way. Now, James Cook exploded for over 100 yards rushing yesterday. But I was like, all right, here's a running back one I can wait on and draft later on and stack up on wide receivers, tight ends, all that stuff. But yeah, Madison just hasn't been living up to to what they or I should say to where you drafted them, is especially like I said this past week. I mean, they got Myles Gaskin too. Come on. I mean, Miami gave up on him and he never cut it in Miami. No, I would never draft James Conner ever. That man's made of glass. I would never draft James Conner. Nope, nope, and nope. James Conner's so far off my radar. Hell no.
Yeah, see, like I'm trying to look up the draft results right now on
I would
this
still
draft,
take
but
Madison over James Conner because I know it'll pay off long run for me. James Conner's time is coming where he's going to get hurt, especially when the Cardinals realize that they finally suck. Okay, I know they almost beat the Commanders. I know they
see,
almost beat the
okay,
Giants.
I took Alexander Madison over Brees Hall, which I was nervous about, his injury and Dalvin Cook being there, which
Yeah,
I'm
I mean, I
sure
wasn't
other
looking
people
at
have.
Brees Hall either. Nah.
I took him over James Conner, which okay, he's on the Arizona Cardinals. Enough said. I took him over Isaiah Pacheco, which okay, come on, like
Pacheco hasn't done a whole lot. He did have like 70 some rushing yards yesterday. I was like, whoa, where'd this come from?
yeah, but he didn't do. That's it. 7 points. That's all he had. So I took him
Yeah.
over Pacheco. I took him over Kamara because Kamara was suspended for 3 games. And
Suspended. Yep.
honestly, I think Kamara will have a couple good games here or there, but I think that coach they have does not know how to use Kamara. Look at the way they
Yeah.
used him last year. Not to mention Jamal Williams is there, so bye-bye goal line carries for Alvin Kamara. And then I
Yep.
took him over J.K. Dobbins and Cam Akers, which obviously you see how that played out. So again, it's like at the position that I was in, okay, maybe take Brees Hall over Alexander Madison, but even then, that's the
That's
only
still
one
that.
that you would really consider.
Yeah. Again, I'm
So
just
that's why I'm
explaining
saying, like,
for sure. If do I want to take somebody, okay, that's coming off a torn ACL, like you said. Granted, better offense with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, but now signs Dalvin Cook to eat into your time a little bit, okay? Or do you want to take a for sure running back one in a good offense too? Justin
yeah,
Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, who are going to stretch the field and open up things underneath. So I just, you know, I don't I don't understand what Madison's whole deal is here on why he can't get going rushing wise, but
and
maybe he's got extra motivation added this week with the whole racist comments coming at him and stuff. I don't know.
we'll see. And here goes Sergey now. He said, "Now would you draft James Conner?" I'm sorry, but if it comes down to Alexander Madison, Brees Hall, James Conner, Pacheco, Kamara, Dobbins, and Akers, I'm taking Madison. I maybe might take Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, hold on. The AirPod died. But again, like I said though, I maybe might take Kamara, but he's suspended for 3 games. So, and then like I said, I don't think that offensive or that head coach knows how to use Kamara to his strengths. So at the position that I was in, I really feel like that was the best running back that I had to go with. And then like I said, with Najee Harris, after there was Kenneth Walker that was taken, which I probably would have taken Kenneth Walker over Najee Harris. And there was Damian Pierce, which I maybe would have considered him, and then Miles Sanders. So if I had to be honest, I probably would have taken Kenneth Walker over Najee Harris. But like I said, I was panicking. I honestly might have taken another receiver too. Maybe not though, because there was Drake London, DJ Moore, Deebo Samuel, and Terry McLaurin, and I feel like Terry McLaurin in the 4th round, pick 8, might have been a little early for him. So, like I said, I panicked though, because I remember I was on the phone with you guys, I was talking to you guys, I was trying to get Connor to stop spitting bubbles. He was going like this, like damn near the whole drive. He's like fucking drool coming down his mouth, all over his shirt. His damn neck is all stretched down to here and stuff. So I'm like trying to wipe his mouth and trying to get him to stop doing that. Next thing I know, I got like 5 seconds left, and I know I needed a running back, so I went to running back, and I was like, okay, Najee. So, but I don't know. Overall, though, I think I still have a good team. I hated my position. My draft position was pick 6. So, and I know you
Oh yeah,
hate that shit
I
right
hated
there.
6 this year. Yeah, this year I
Yeah.
wanted to be in the back somewhere for sure.
Or actually, I'm sorry, I was pick 5.
God, that's even worse.
Yeah. So the first 4 picks were Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey. And with pick 5, a lot of people might, this might be a really, really hot take, but I took Amon-Ra St. Brown because I told myself if C-Mac or Tyreek Hill is not there, I'm more than likely going to go St. Brown. Now, I could have went Eckler, but I don't know. I'm not a huge believer in Eckler this year. I know he had a good first game, but now look, he's injured this week, and who knows? Maybe who knows if the injury lingers on throughout the season.
Well, I'd say right now, I still stick by my pick. Wherever I took Madison, I'm not giving up on him. I know it's 2 weeks, they'll get that run game going. They have to. I mean, maybe that's why a little bit the Vikings are losing because they're becoming one-dimensional. They're just becoming a throwing offense. And not to mention their defense. This might be part of the problem too, is their defense is not good. They are just not good. So they're playing from behind, which is going to eliminate the run early on and often. So hopefully if they can get ahead, maybe then, or at least, stay within, 7 points or so in a dogfight, they can run more and they can utilize Madison a lot more.
Yeah. Well, so he only had 8 carries against the Eagles. And then against the Bucks, he only had 11 carries. So he has 19 carries.
11 carries.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yep.
Sergey, I wouldn't be opposed to doing a Monday Night Live, but I won't be home until the whole Panthers game is over anyway. So, and that's where you would want to see me do a live because you'd be getting a lot of reactions out of me for sure. But they start at 4:15 my time. Reagan has swim until 5:45, so I probably won't be home till about 6. No, it'll probably still be going, but it'll be later on. I mean, the game will practically be over by then. The Browns and the Steelers, which I'm actually, for fantasy purposes, I'm way more invested in the Steelers and Browns game. Really rooting, as a matter of fact, for the Browns, kind of. There's one league where Dad and I are up 10 points, 10.04, and the guy has a Steelers defense left against us. So the Steelers defense can get 10 points, not 11 or more, and we win. And then I'm not rooting for David Njoku at all because Dad has him against me in one league where I'm playing him. I'm playing Dad in 2 leagues this week, and I got him right now by 7.08, and he has David Njoku in a PPR league. So that probably that's a life support right now. We clinging the life on over there, okay? But we gonna hold out hope that David Njoku keeps it to 7 points or less somehow, some way. Yeah. And then I need Patty Freiermuth big time in FFPC to just get me points. Just need Pat Freiermuth like massive. So
yeah, I need a big game from him too.
I need about 7-8 catches from Freiermuth somehow, some way. So Amari Cooper not playing, I know, but that's all right. Elijah Moore, I got Elijah Moore in on one team, but I already won there, so it doesn't matter. I whooped that guy's ass where I got Elijah Moore still to go. Woo! I whooped that, but I took him and just wiped my ass with him and just threw that bitch straight in the fucking toilet. Let me tell you, I mean, just woo! Let me tell you, I had Justin Herbert, I had Justin Jefferson, I had Amon-Ra St. Brown, I had Kyron Williams, I had James Cook, who didn't score anything but ran for over 100 yards. Yeah. I had TJ Hawkinson. I had Devonta Smith. I just straight wiped my. You know what I did? This is what I did right here. I took him, right? I wiped my ass from underneath, front side, got my balls on the way up, and then threw that stuff away. So that's what I did with him. I logged in. I said, I don't even care who you got going tonight, but I done already won this one. I'm close to over 200 points in that league. So, but Elijah Moore going to have a big game, no doubt.
Yeah.
But
we don't need DPJ to have a big one.
No DPJ for sure. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to doing a live. I won't be home till later on, so it'd be up to Connor for sure.
I think I'd be up for doing a live.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll keep it updated. Turn on the notifications though on YouTube. So then if we do decide to do a live, I mean, we'll text and put it out there and all that stuff. But just in case you got notifications turned on for when we go live. But I'm gonna go grab some lunch. I know you got to go tend to the baby and stuff too. So
Yep. So that podcast will
just
be
keep an eye out
filmed
if
and
we
released
decide to
this
go
week.
live later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what up, Jared? Yeah, I mean, I'd be definitely down to do a live, even if it's like 20, 30 minutes later during one of the games or both of the games or whatever.
Yeah.
Late night. What the hell does late night mean? What you want? This man over here talking about late night. Late night for Connor or late night for me? Late night for me gonna be real late night for Connor.
Right.
But I mean, I could do like 6:30. It just sucks that the Panthers game will be almost over. I should have told Reagan's mom. Damn, I should have told Reagan's mom, let me get her Wednesday and not Monday. Damn.
Yeah.
Marshall gonna be mad at me for that one.
That's right.
But yeah, we might go live later. Just keep an eye out, Sergey. But all right, man. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll text throughout the day and figure out if we can get a quick one in or something.
Yep. We'll keep everybody
So-
updated, and the podcast will be out sometime later this week.
Yep, for sure. About who we like, all our bets and stuff like that.
Yep. So,
All right. We'll talk later.
All right.
Maybe we'll do one later on.
all right, y'all take it easy.
Yep. Peace.